What am I gonna go in? I'm gonna go in on that motherfucking grape Skittles.
I think it's very ignorant to think, and a lot of people do this, that, weed is for everyone and it can't harm you. I think a lot of people do that, but I have a friend who became schizophrenic when we were like 23, 24, which I guess is when it happens. But I actually was very pro not thinking it was weed because he didn't smoke a lot, but that's what everyone was kind of saying. And I think that debate, a lot of people are gung-ho about that because, like, a lot of people are out there being like, weed is good, And, like, it can't harm anyone. But I don't know. I can't take edibles, and I sometimes think I'll, like, lose it if I take it. Like I was telling you, psilocybin is a big effect on, like, it's strong on me, but I microdose it, and it's very good as a tool. But, I smoke flower all day long. But if I take too big of a dab, and if I eat too many edibles, I feel like I could fucking lose it.
Yeah.
So
100%. I mean, like, our consciousness is all we kind of have, right? And sometimes, like, us being in situations we've been in life, we can't go out of control, right? We can't lose our faculties. We've got too much fucking going on, right? And so feeling that sense of, I might be getting up out of here, you know what I mean? Type thing, it can be a little unnerving, especially if you're not necessarily planning on that. But yeah, with the schizophrenic thing, like, my last girlfriend, she was schizophrenic, bro. And
really?
It was like, yeah, it was. And I mean, auditory, visual, the whole nine. And so it opened my eyes to a lot.
Just in general mental health stuff? Or what we're talking about specifically with cannabis?
For sure. With cannabis, it super helped her. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, 100%. But I think it can help everybody if applied right. But that's so rare. It's the education, and the person has to be open to it, and it's just not, and it's just not there. You know what I mean? Even with, like, states that have been legal for a really long time.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's a lot less stigmatized there, but the education just isn't there. People are still hunting the THC numbers, and then they're like, oh, well, this is gonna cure your cancer. No, it's not, right? It can help. It can help alleviate a lot of things. It can help fight certain cancer cells and stuff like that, but it's not a cure-all, and it can definitely be detrimental, especially when. Cheers! About to go in on this dab. Hell yeah! So this is for the Patreon.
Yeah.
Cheers to the Patreon.
Cheers to the page.
Good shit. You hear this going off. There we go. Cheers. Patreon members, you guys make this happen. You know what I mean? You guys are the backbone to all this shit. So
much respect.
Good stuff. Good stuff. This dab's for y'all. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
All right.
Members know I don't dab too much, too. This is my second dab on the pod. Woo. Thank you all. This grape Skittle stuff might get me into hash more.
Dude, it's like a it tastes like kind of grape Kool-Aid on the end, like the Fun Dip sticks, but like funky. You know what I mean?
Fun Dip.
Yeah.
Sticks. Man, I couldn't even talk.
It's doing its job.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, I'm gonna take a kind of left approach on you. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
If you want the general public to learn and be more educated, right? Don't you think maybe we could take some sales, marketing approaches from those big companies and stuff? But as long as it's the right education and just free, open conversation, that's why I like doing the pod and things like that, more things like this, and trying to use marketing and sales approaches to kind of plant pathways to education. because we used to do like sell T-shirts in Hamden, Connecticut, and when we were younger, we would try to work with like younger kids. Because I think I've told you I dropped out of high school and like wish I had more things in front of me to get creative with besides just thinking I had to go to college. So we tried to like have kids figure out like extra curricular clubs and activities where they could find out like artistic ways to have a career path, whatever. And I kept preaching at these meetings, music and movies, where like some people, a lot of the parents were like, "That's like candy for the brain," like, but music and movies is that's what a lot of the youth learns and listens to. I got a lot of my culture from movies and music. Let's be real, almost all of it.
It's a huge influence, man. You know what I mean? And not only that, it's an outlet, right? Like the life that we live, like we need an outlet. We need, oh, I guess, and some people are more creative than others. You know what I mean? Especially in the artistic way.
What, in expressing art in general or in expressing messages through art, like paths to education.
Oh
with
yeah,
certain
that's
things,
definitely a
which
art
is a lot
form
of
within
art.
itself, dude.
Absolutely, almost
Like, you
all
know what I
art
mean?
needs to have it.
Yeah, because like art for me just started as it helped me pay attention in school. Like I
Oh yeah,
doodled
you
and
got
shit
the
like
drawing and
that. You know
everything
what I
here
mean?
too. I always forget how
Yeah,
good of
yeah,
a like
yeah.
drawer you are.
I appreciate
You
it, man.
know?
I have let's see, I don't have any of my stickers on here, but
Yeah.
um yeah, I really enjoy it, man. Doing graphic design. I've been
Mhm.
really getting into the kind of graffiti and stuff like that, and I got mad respect for art in any form,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
art is simply just a passion expressed, I
And
feel like, right?
would you think that you get a lot of let's say little footnotes and little like whispers in your ear from embracing any different types of art to lead you on certain paths? It's influential,
100%.
and I think that that's an important thing that I think a lot of us can try to do to educate people on herbs and different like the whole community, like the whole like from seed to sale type of let people in on what's going on. Because think about how many people they're like, "Nah, I'm not sharing all this tech and like that's a terrible. That's a step one of what I'm saying. Like, don't think that you need to secure everything. Like, almost use it as a marketing tactic. Like, I do this. That's different than the other person.
This is why my
That's
shit's so
business.
fire.
That's business. It's
You
looking
know
at your
what I mean?
competition
Like,
and saying why you're different.
because I'll
You
tell my
know?
competition what I'm doing and tell them to do it better, right?
Yes.
Because if
Yeah.
they can, like, that's just more dank out there, and
Yeah.
that's one less person getting some shit weed, right? And
Yeah.
that's like what I don't want,
Yeah.
right? Like, I'm tired of people getting boof, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Trav said that to me recently when I was talking about clones because I was like, I wonder if he's not even gonna want to give away like certain clones. He's like, I will sell all my clones and try to encourage people to grow these strains better. And if they have a good home for them and they grow them better than me, I'll buy it. You know what I mean? Like, so that's the shit that I'm talking about. Again, shout out the OG, but it's like people, we all should be doing that. That's why I try to do my events, the podcast, and showing different my members different strains, like highlighting them almost like a museum type of thing, and like showing them and telling stories. I always talk about telling stories. Where like
oh yeah,
that's sales, that's marketing. So and it's cool, it's art. It brings like something to that product that they take home and feel a certain way. It gives you an effect when you consume it home. Think if you get a story and marketing and like color, packaging. I know a lot of people don't like me saying that, but like packaging's important and
it's
cool.
really
You know what I
important.
mean? It's like
I'm an
everything.
artist too, so
Yeah,
like,
you see what I mean? So you get it.
I've been doing labels and stuff like that lately, and really enjoying it, and it's fun. You know what I mean? Taking the name of something and creating something to
Yeah.
express it. You know, uh, it's fun. You know, especially with a lot of these names, they're fun. Like Grape Skittles. You know, that's a fun one I'm working with. Fatso OG. I got
Yeah.
this like fat mafia dude smoking a fucking fat blunt.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
That's awesome.
So yeah, man, it's just the culture's got to stay alive. It's got to be
Yeah.
strong, especially today, because of the lack of culture in the
what way?
culture.
What do you mean
You
by
know
that?
what I mean? People chasing THC numbers.
Okay.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That kind of stuff.
Yep.
Super hyping up cookies bags.
Mm-hmm.
The mainstream culture isn't about the end product. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a select niche of us who truly care about it.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about that last time too. And it's
Yeah.
like, to truly care about it, you take a lot of losses. You learn the hard way sometimes, but it makes the hunt just that much better.
But
I
a
feel
lot of
like, you know what I mean?
people, I think there's a lot of that still in the shadows. You know, think of I have someone coming on who's doing audio only because he's still out there and
Oh, 100, dude.
he doesn't want to do
Yeah.
the video. But you know, I come from the game, so trust me, every single thing in my body, marketing wise and everything, is like, dude, I knew that would be the greatest podcast ever. Having someone on camera that doesn't want to be on camera, guaranteed gold.
Right.
But I try to encourage to be like, dude, like there's a lot of people you could touch with this and like create cool art and put it out there and probably heal some people in a lot of different ways. So it's like, but they don't want to do it. So that's kind of my thing too, where I think that a lot of the OGs and growers should come a little bit out more. And I understand the safety and things that go along with it. I know you've been locked up yourself for it. So I don't know. I just think coming from my side of things, I want to see more people want to be on camera telling stories. Think of what you just said of meeting people through Instagram.
Yeah. I wasn't locked up for growing weed. I wish I was.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah,
fear
yeah,
of
yeah,
being
yeah.
incarcerated, that's no joke. I don't want to sit here and say, like,
I didn't go to
just
prison
talk
for
about-
weed. I went to jail for weed.
But either way, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, 100%, dude. The
Yeah.
fear of it is ridiculous. Like that it's PTSD, dude. You know what I mean?
You don't want to
like,
put that on anyone, too.
dude.
If someone's out doing their thing to feed their family and they don't want to be out there, I get it. But,
100%.
you know, I think this is turning into an art form, too, where I think that a lot of these stories, brands, and then end products to heal them, which we all know about, there could be a lot more.
Oh,
and that's
yeah.
where I think that education could come into play.
And that, yeah. And who better to do it than people with boots on the ground,
Absolutely.
so to speak, you know? And it can be frustrating when you see people kind of, I don't know, disrespect it all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I get it, man, you know? But what really blew me is when I got up to Chicago and you'd say like homegrown, there was such a negative connotation towards homegrown that people thought it was
I feel like it always was
shitty weed.
Yeah.
Yeah? I don't know. Whenever I had homegrown in like Georgia, I knew it was going to be dang. It was like that dro, right?
Yeah,
like it was hydroponic. It was grown specifically. You know what I mean? Like,
well, growing up, I don't know about you, but I had so many times where like you just didn't know where your fucking weed was coming from.
oh, dude, I just had shit weed for so long.
Yeah.
Just
so
brick.
So I guess
bullshit.
it was homegrown. They grew
it
this
was
in their
brick
house. Like,
and
it's
then
gotta be good.
beasters.
Yeah.
Brick beasters, and then I found like heady weed.
What was the first Headies? Was it called Headies?
Nah, it was.
I think mine
was
was
the fruit. FROOT,
Cool.
bro. And it was actually some local growers. I was
Really?
getting it in high school. Yeah, my buddy was getting it by the pound, and like, it was so dank. But every once in a while, somebody would fuck up a batch, and it was called the faux fruit. You know what I mean? And like,
talk about branding and marketing.
yeah, dude, you know what I mean? But it was still danker than like the beasters and the mids. You know what I mean? And so like, after that, the next one was Blue Dream. That was the very next like super dank heady strain.
You think that was the first played out strain?
I still love it.
I know we do. You know what
Played
I'm
out?
talking
No,
about.
it's probably OG or like
You
Perp
think?
or like.
So you don't think a Blue Dream was ever played out then?
Yeah, it's played out.
And weren't those
people
strains
hate it.
before OG
So
and
many
like
people
Purple, or was
hate
that
it.
the same time?
I think it was probably before, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like it was the first played out strain. I feel like Blue
Okay,
Dream had to get
I
played
hear
out
what you're
before
saying.
OG.
Yeah. The
you know?
first like, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Yeah.
Does Blue Dream have it's blueberry in there?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's
Like blueberry haze type shit?
Blue OG cross to the silver haze, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I can't
Special
remember.
weed.
Oh, I love it, dude. Hey Siri, what is the lineage of Blue Dream? Oh shit. That was my old job.
Shout out hustling.
Yeah. Oh man. Dude, I just started this new job because I gotta move. I gotta get it. Yeah, dude.
You out of
crazy.
here?
I'm pretty sure, dude. So like, I gotta talk to the guy again tomorrow. But I think we're going to Cali.
My man.
Yeah, bro. I'm excited. Like, it's gonna be a big
You
facility,
be doing,
bro.
fuck yeah.
You know
I
what
was
I mean?
just
Like,
about to ask
a
if you
bunch
do
of
your thing,
outdoor
don't worry
shit.
about it,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? So like, I'll be doing his, and then he's gonna give me mine.
That's so awesome.
So I'm gonna be able to run through some gear.
You're probably about to crush.
Oh, I'm
because
so
you're getting
excited,
good, dude.
bro.
Like this shit
I'm
you brought in here is so
excited,
good,
bro. And this is just like. This ran into so many fucking problems. You know, my first run at a new spot, the water is shit, and water is so fucking important, bro. You know
like
what I
the
mean?
type of water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I was just running into problems, and then a bunch of small pots. Like I didn't have my soil with me, so like through a soil company was like, here you go, here's a pallet of our shit. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Shout us out, shout out Coastal Maine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I was learning new soil, right? But the water, bro, the water is really important.
Yeah.
So like I was getting the water from the crib, and
Mhm.
it was just way too high, and chlorines and just particulates. The pH was through the roof. You know what I mean? That was primarily the worst part. It was the pH. You know what I mean? And so I was trying to use our pond water, and everything outdoor did great, right? Because I was using the strictly pond water because it was in a big enough pot. And that pot's gonna have enough microbiology for it to adjust your pH for you.
Okay.
Right? So you don't have to manipulate your pH. You can just water the shit in a big enough pot, right?
Oh, man,
but
that's
indoors,
that's good when you're holding fucking barrels of water.
yeah, dude, right? Yeah. Well, no, we just had to put a pump in the.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Respect.
Yeah, and so I ended up doing rainwater. You know what I mean,
Okay.
and using that. But that transition, it was rough, bro. You know, just new spot type stuff. But it was another learning experience. You know, don't take for granted. Just when you hear people say, "Oh, if you're in organics, you don't have to pH," right? Like it really does depend on your situation and that
And it was so many different things too with growing.
Oh yeah, 100.
know?
Everything's depending on
And
your
you have
situation,
to go fuck it up.
right? Like
My buddy just started growing and he has some money and he has like I think 6-lighter LEDs, like all automated. He was like showing me it on his phone, like on a camera.
yeah,
You know, and he just gave me like the weed for free. I gave it to some of the homies that can't afford bags sometimes
That's what's up.
because he like even gave it because he was like didn't have any flavor. It was weird, but he was telling me about certain things that he fucked up, and like that's what it takes though. And that was someone who was asking me things, and I kind of had to tell him that. I was like, dude, there's only so much I could tell you, and I could give you like how I did it. I only grew in Pro Mix with General Hydro.
right. And
That's all
I
I
bet
did.
you grew some dank,
I did because I know how to cure weed well.
right?
That's it. Like I'm telling, like
That you don't overfeed shit. You know what I mean? And if you follow the recipe, you're good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you read the plant.
and I had good.
You adjust.
I have good sources to genetics.
And you gotta really fuck a plan up to fuck a plan
It's
up.
called weed for a reason.
People
dude.
don't
Resistible
understand that,
weeds.
like, especially in veg, you can
Mhm.
like fucking Diamond Dallas Page that bitch. You know what I mean?
even in
Like,
flower,
top rope.
early stages
Yeah.
of flower, a lot of
Yeah,
people
even
say
then,
like
dude.
end them and all this crazy shit to stress, and that's to stress them out so they could grow stronger.
What's that?
People just doing stressing in the
Yeah, you
plants.
want stress, so stress is gonna give the plant more expressions. It's gonna signal the plant to. So, like, why do you think a plant creates smells?
That's what I'm saying. So that because it's resisting stress.
Well, because maybe it's resisting pests. Maybe it wants to attract pollinators. Maybe it wants to do all these things that it's originally
So you want the
designed to
plant
do.
to be active.
But you need the plant to produce those. You know,
Yeah.
so like in a perfectly sterile environment, it's gonna do what it does. But if you give it a little bit of, you know, maybe it's gonna throw something off that's gonna want to attract something or
Yeah.
push something away. And a lot of times that's VOCs, volatile organic compounds. You know what I mean? And that's the hardest thing about hash, right? Like in the wash, you lose a lot of shit. That's why you're only gaining like on a really good one like 6%, right? And so it and then you lose some of those in the freeze dryer,
Right.
you know, and in the wash water. Like, have you ever tasted it?
No.
It's so terpy, man.
Really? That's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
It tastes like shit.
No, it tastes kind of. I mean, it's very like.
I love terpy weed, but
Think about
weed
if you
also tastes
emptied
like
a
shit.
cart into like a shot of water and drank it, like a terp cart.
Going off subject. You want to know what I did last night at the club? Yeah, right. At the club, dude, we were cooking and everything. I took a shot of olive oil as a joke.
Uh-huh.
And it was like good, fresh pressed olive oil.
Okay.
Like, do you know that they do that with olive oil? Like they do hash.
I believe it.
Like good, expensive olives, like first cold pressed, like all these different. It's like the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
and it was really good olive oil. I just took a shot for fun, and it was so good.
I bet it was.
So that's kind of
dude.
what I'm thinking with what you said,
Dude.
of like, you take a shot of hash water, you're like, I don't know, but then it's like, ooh, this is everything that I love tasting of this weed.
So, like the super
some
heady
terp
guys, right? The heady guys, they love their terps. They don't care
Yeah.
where it's at, right?
Yeah.
And
They
sushi
don't care if
and
it's
their
too high, dude.
ramen and whatever it is,
Yeah.
man, you know, like and their juices and their milks, right?
Mhm.
Like connoisseurs of the finer things in life, right? And some of these people really enjoy a good cannabis. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? A good cannabis product.
Strain. Yeah, or
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
good end
That's where
product
marketing
cannabis.
really comes in.
Yeah.
Because they're not gonna necessarily want something that looks like this. You know what I mean?
Well, you get a good
The actual
pod.
product it is. You know what
I
I
have
mean? But
pods. I've gotten pods from Rhode Island's finest up here at those dispensaries,
yeah,
and
I actually
those
need
are
to
really
pick some
good.
up.
Yeah, those are really good.
I need to get some from you.
Yeah, I got you, man.
All right, there you go, bro.
Yeah, shout out Patreon paywall. Yeah. What
Right?
the fuck is this?
That's a doobie.
Which
That's
strain though?
that's the flamethrower, man.
Okay.
Super citrusy. I really hope I got all those beans out. I hit it with a Jinx proof go time mail. So now I have
bred this?
I didn't breed it, but I crossed it. I
I
don't want to
think
say
that's breeding. I
breeding.
think
You
that's
know, a
breeding.
lot of people will say it is.
Accidental pollination.
Most people, no, it was purpose. It was all purposeful, right? Like I picked out the
That's
male
case,
to
then
do it.
I've had accidental pollination. I just went fuck it.
Well, I did it with
It's some of the
Daga,
best we've
right?
ever
Like
had. That's
shout
not
out
breeding.
Peter over at Daga
Yeah.
Garden and over at Budgasm on IG. But he's the founder of Future Cannabis Project. So what we're doing is we're going to start creating what's called house selections, right? And so we're selecting the best of the best and crossing it to each other that we like, right? Things that we like. And then we'll be able to pass that clone or pollen on to somebody else so they can do their thing with it and be proud of something. You know what I
This is
mean?
stupid.
Right?
So crazy orangey.
Yeah.
It's not tangy.
Yeah,
It's
all
orange.
100% fucking. I made all my own inputs. You know what I
Really?
mean? Yeah, dude. I make all my own ferments
This
and
tastes
everything like that.
orange peels.
It does, like when
Legit
not the
oranges.
inside fruit, like the peel, the
Yes.
rind, like when you
Yes.
remember when you
This is
you
weed,
crack
dude.
it open and
tastes
it's
like a rind.
all
Yeah,
that shit,
it
dude.
does.
Yeah, man.
Sour.
crazy.
It's like sour orange.
It's gnarly, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. I'm not a huge like tangerine almost.
This isn't tangy, dude.
No, not tangerine. Orange.
This is
Okay.
orange,
All
but
right,
there's
all
a
right.
difference.
Yeah, right.
There's a
It's
difference.
weird, dude.
This tastes like oranges. It's kind of like the Runts candy stuff and like Skittles, like Z.
But it has that tang from
This
the
is like a
rind or
different-
the
that's what I'm
like
saying.
the what is it? Astringent almost like.
I don't know what that means.
I don't think I do either. I just wanted.
Man.
No,
Dude, I'm
but-
so happy that I got you out of here.
yeah, bro. I'm glad too
yeah, because
because
you're gonna be
I'm
fucking
gonna be up
leaving.
out of here, bro.
Yeah. We'll have to talk more, man.
I like
We
it
could
up
do some
here, but
networking and
like
shit.
it's too fucking cold.
Really? That's what got you?
No, but
Chicago boy?
the weather's fucked
Come on,
up,
man.
bro. The weather's fucked
It
up.
was fucking
I want
worse
to
down
grow
there.
weed, bro.
Yeah.
I want to be able to do it outdoors.
You're gonna love Cali. You've ever been out there?
San Diego when I was young, but
Dude, if you're going anywhere towards the bay.
even if I don't go there, like I got Michigan. That might be
Okay,
it.
that's a good spot to grow weed right now, right?
Vermont. I'm talking to somebody in Vermont.
Cool.
Fucking beautiful spot.
Yeah, talk to
So,
Lobster. He's got a family out there and
Yeah,
shit too.
yeah. He's good.
But yeah, man, much respect for coming on here. We're wrapping it up here. Got a couple minutes on here. But yeah, dude.
You want to dab out the rig for your Patreons?
I already did. You got it already. I have to do stuff
The rig?
today.
Dude, that does taste good.
it tastes like oranges, man.
Fuck.
Yeah, but dude, I got a lot of love and respect for you, man. Like getting to meet you. It's cool to meet people that are like really doing it on an education level. And you are. You know, you come by, see the people that like in my community, and you like they love you, man, because you
That's
just
what's
talk
up.
to them about stuff.
Appreciate it.
You know, so thank you for what you do for the community.
Word up, man.
It's funny. I feel like I got so stoned that I like never would want to do that. I'd be like, thank you for what you do for the
Hey,
community.
bro.
Thank you for coming on to my podcast.
No.
I never thought that I would do that. Like, yeah, it's got to be cool, chill. We're hanging out, but I'm like, thank you for what you do.
Well, dude, I appreciate people like you,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean? Like, without people like you having a spot for people to be able to come together, not only that, having a broad menu
Yeah,
it's
thank you.
great, dude. You know what I
Yeah, it's
mean?
like I said, it's
And
like
being able
Pokemon
to
cards.
integrate cool things from the outside of cannabis culture into
Right.
cannabis culture, right? Things we all like to do.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Movies, music, food, video games. It's
It's a
my
beautiful thing,
yeah.
man. You
It's
know
my
what I mean?
universe.
So, like my girlfriend, she's a psychedelic integration coach.
hmm
So, that's pretty fucking wild. You know, she like
Yeah.
trip sits for people, and then not only
And those are a
that,
lot of people right now who need education on that. They want to do it, but that's also a way where if you don't get the right product, you could who knows what can happen. There could be some rough
test
stuff.
everything. Test
Absolutely.
everything. Shout out Bunk Police. Shout out Dance Safe. Those, especially with fentanyl, they have fentanyl test strips that you can just
Right.
fucking boom test it, know whether it's fentanyl or not. You can with Bunk Police, you can find out exactly what analog you're taking.
People should know
That's
about this
pretty
stuff too,
gnarly.
even if like it's not your thing. Like I keep Narcan up in here. You know what I mean? I've never done
And I commend you
anything.
so much on that shit, dude.
Yeah,
For real,
so
like
but that's an important thing. People should know about that. Be educated on it. It's fucked up, man. What has happened since the '90s? I'll say. You know,
even
with just
prescriptions, dude. The
so that's
prescription's
that's
the
what I'm
worst
talking
part,
about,
man.
dude.
Like
I deal with it a lot with close people in my life, and it's not even the drugs that you would think,
80% of overdose deaths are from prescription
but
drugs,
it's
dude.
also a lot. It's the slow deaths. There's a lot of shit they're feeding elderly.
Oh yeah,
You
the
know,
dementia and
dude,
like Alzheimer's. There's a reason why we're like soaring
a lot
rates
of
of that
pain
shit,
pills
dude.
because
You
they're
know what I mean?
people are
Like,
getting old, and that's like
our
what they think they should
diets
give them.
too,
Yeah.
bro, and 100% are fucking the pills they're feeding. You know for sure.
Yeah, I learned a lot. I used to deliver food
That shit
from
tastes great.
restaurants. Yeah.
I'm not
Um,
toot my own horn or anything. That's just fire.
I used to deliver food to like pharmaceutical sales reps,
Mm-hmm.
and like some of them are dicks and they wouldn't tip you, which is crazy. They're like
I believe
$400
it.
plates, and they the ones that did were kind of like interesting. They were kind of cool. They would open up, and one taught me he was like a spine surgery salesman thing. They like sold this thing that was like puts it's almost like cement in your spine. I don't know if it's good or bad.
Fuses
They were
or some
saying good
shit.
things about it. I don't know too much about it, but it's something like that. And he just told me a lot about. I didn't even know I didn't was never educated on what these pills do to you, because I used to do the CBD thing.
Right.
So that was a whole thing. People would come to you just to learn about what it does to you. So I had to get schooled up on it because I got great source products, but I needed to know. And cool thing about CBD and your CB2 receptors throughout your whole body, which takes in like the body high effect. Um, that's why a lot of doctors do like it, and they want to do some wild shit with it, patent it or whatever, because it is actually like heals people and heals inflammation without tricking your brain into not feeling it, so it becomes stronger again once you're off it. That's how people get hooked. You know?
And that's what's causing a lot of this dementia. You know,
Yeah,
it's from brain inflammation.
that
You
makes a
know,
whole lot of sense.
and a lot of this. I mean, if you look at like minor side effects of a lot of effects of highly processed foods, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, which is like so much of a lot of Americans' diets. It is inflammation. You know what I mean, and if you have inflammation as a leading source of disease, you know what I mean, you try to start limiting that kind of stuff, and so the
Yeah.
rest of the world's kind of getting hip and starting to ban a lot of these really just deadly chemicals and substances that they're putting in foods, you know. So I think like our diet and our lifestyle dictates so much, and that's really hard to kind of get in check in such a fast-paced world sometimes, right? Like
Yeah.
especially with um today's culture, you know what I mean? That's why
Education
it's
is
nice to
everything.
be able to get into the yoga and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
the meditation, man. I love meditating, you know what I
Swimming's been
mean?
helping me a whole lot too. There's some
Awesome
type of
stuff.
meditation
Okay.
to swimming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like the fucking animalisticness to it too.
Yeah.
Because I'm so like don't have a swimmer's body. So like when I do it, it's like survival.
Dude, but like in
Stay
water,
afloat.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every like
Yeah,
we're
just resistance and it just feels good to kind of like have a sweat in water. Does that makes sense? Get your heart going in
hell
water.
yeah,
It feels like animalistic. It's kind of cool.
that's dope, dude.
But yeah, I'm getting this crazy shit from someone in my community in Connecticut. It's like I'm getting like my inside of my jaw massage because I've always had problems grinding my teeth,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I had tubes in my ears as a
Yeah,
child.
me too. Yeah, for sure.
So supposedly I got a lot of fascia built up there, and I'm trying to that to me is almost like taking mushrooms. That's why it's like all these different alternative medicines, like different weird things that almost like freak you out, right? And like you just have this lady stick her hands inside your mouth and massage it behind your jaw. It's like a lot of people where I grew up, they'd be like, "Dude, that's fucking lame. What
Dude,
are you talking about?"
I used
But
to
I
be
gotta,
that
I gotta do,
person.
I gotta be vulnerable because
I
it helps.
used to be that person.
Yeah,
I'd make fun of people for their fucking woo woo shit, and now I
yeah,
like woo woo shit. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like it's an open mindedness, right? And it's rare that people are gonna open their mind and start accepting uh, some of these things to be truths and experiencing them and going back into the ignorant mindset.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why ignorance is bliss.
Right on, brother.
Hell yeah.
We did a little better on that time.
Hell yeah.
I hope we got that last part in. I think we did.
Oh, decent.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.